Well, hello, fans, and welcome tonight to Carson's Field for the last regular home game of the season for the Downers North Trojans. They take on the 3-4 Hinsdale South Hornets tonight. And by the way, the Trojans have a record of 6-1. As always, Clayton Henning, joined by
Jake Sherlag, and the massive storyline tonight that we will be following is how the Trojans can bounce back from their loss against Lyons Township, where they lost their star quarterback, Owen Lansu, which it seems like he will be out until the playoffs, I have heard, due to a non-throwing arm injury. So it'll be interesting to see how backup Nick Konopietz will be able to lead this team, hopefully to victory for the Trojans.
kickoff was to the Trojans, and they'll get things started here on offense. It's a direct snap to Gregorio, which goes for maybe 1.
2-yard play there for Gregorio. Just able to muscle forward for a couple extra feet. But still, he was met at the line with a lot of resistance from Hinsdale South. Hinsdale South is definitely ready for the run on that play, Clayton.
That they were, Jake. Practicing this off, another direct snap to Gregorio. And he bulldozes past the 50-yard line. Might be good for a first down.
Definitely good for a first down, as that's going to be a gain of about 9, as the Trojans will move the chains. They are already on the Horn side of the field.
And now, in case we were too quiet, now you know it's a first down by our first down fan who's here tonight. Running the same play for the third play of the drive. Gregorio goes left this time. Gregorio's got room. Running room, Gregorio tackled from behind. Maybe a touchdown-saving tackle from number 23 of the defense. That's Aiden Ferreri.
You know, whoever said a football team needs a quarterback, as the Trojans have been having a lot of success out of the Wildcat to start this game off. I have to admit that's not the strategy I expected them to employ, but it seems to be working incredibly effectively, so credit to the play caller.
This time, it looks like Shirelli takes the snap. Caden Shirelli, number 4, is taken to the turf at about the 19.
Yeah, once again, the direct snap. This time they faked an end around. So I can't imagine, because there is some game film out there, obviously, from the end of last game where the Trojans didn't have Lansu, so I'd imagine Hinsdale South will be studying that game film. And Trojans ran just about no Wildcat there. So it's definitely a different look than I assume Hinsdale South is expecting. But Shirelli's brought down for about no gain on that one.
Yeah, more funky business from Shirelli in this offensive scheme. Doesn't go anywhere that time. Now you got 3rd down and 2 here, Jake.
Yeah, I expect yet another run here, but I expect the Trojans to take a more direct approach and run straight up the middle instead of trying to bounce one outside for a big gain. Gregorio's back there, the power back.
Another direct snap. Gregorio up the middle this time. Puts his head forward. And it's a first down.
Just as I predicted, the power back is able to lunge forward straight up the gut for a first down, as the Trojans are now within the red zone here on the first drive. So despite only running the football, they've been able to move the ball very effectively in the long distance.
Gregorio on another direct snap. Goes to the right this time. He's got blockers. Gregorio is in for a touchdown. Touchdown, Trojans.
Definitely an unorthodox drive there for the Trojans. They had both Gregorio and Caden Shirelli, which, if you haven't watched the Trojans before, are typically both running backs. And no passes there. It was just Wildcat runs the entire drive. And Hinsdale South was completely caught off guard. They cannot have expected this. The play calling from Coach Rennie was absolutely immaculate, as the Trojans definitely caught the Hornets off guard, and it'll be interesting to see if this gimmicky attack continues to work throughout the game or if they'll have to switch it up to something more traditional.
Well, that's what the Trojans were practicing on the field before the game tonight. Game start. And that's what they did the whole drive. Quick drive, efficient drive, similar to the sophomore team who won their game by a score of 48 to 14.
Both Trojan teams are filled with talented offensive linemen that can create massive run plays.
Kalinzis puts the extra point through. It puts the Trojans on top 7-0.
So both Trojan teams go on the first drive, which obviously, if you've been watching our broadcast, is absolutely unusual for these Trojan teams. They usually start incredibly slow, but a quick touchdown from the Trojans gives them a 7-0 lead.
So now the Hornets will get their first offensive drive of the game. Baker Glome, the kicker for the sophomore team, among other positions, was quite busy, and Kalinzis might also be for the varsity team tonight.
It depends on if the offense can continue rolling the same way they were in the first drive.
Yeah. Nice kick as always by Kalinzis. Sails toward a receiver, but short of the goal line. And 23 of the Hornets takes it short of the 25. Strong tackle by the Trojans.
23 takes it to about the 23 as Hornets are going to start their drive on the 23-yard line. It'd be interesting to see what sort of offensive scheme they employ, as we saw the sophomore team for the Hornets used a sort of run and gun scheme where there was a lot of focus on quarterback improvisation and bootleg plays to try to get the quarterback into space so he can run with his legs, or to suck the defense in to attack the quarterback so the quarterback can throw some passes. It'd be interesting to see if the Hornets at the varsity level employ a similar strategy or do something completely different.
Langston Love under center for the Hornets. And before handing the ball off, we have a flag.
Offsides on the Trojan defense, so it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So that'll push the Hornets up past to about the 29-yard line.
Love back in the huddle after consulting with his sideline. First and 5. Heavy blitz attack, but it's a QB keeper. And Love manages to fake out just enough of the defense to pick up 3 yards.
It looks like he's going to just barely move the chains here for a first down. As a quick start to the drive here from the Hornets as they get a first down on the first play of the game, although they were significantly aided by the Trojan defense committing the penalty.
So after the first down, they pick things up at the 34. Now we have an official delay of game call on the offense. Trojan fans wanted it.
And they have received it. It's going to be 1st and 15. So the Hornets started their first series of downs in a very advantageous position after the Trojan penalty. Now they've shot themselves in the foot, putting themselves in a poor position on 1st and 15. No plays run from 1st and 10 yet for the Hornets.
A 1st and 5 and a 1st and 15 on the same drive, same game. It's wild. Resuming play at the 29. Ferrer in motion. Love passes complete to the left. Caught by number 4 and eventually brought to the turf. That's Grant Diedrich.
Yeah, Diedrich was fighting for a couple more yards there, but he was ultimately unable to get them. This Trojan defender was able to wrap him up with a nice tackle and keep him on the ground. So 2nd and 12 is upcoming. Trojans are up 6-0 over the Hornets.
Love takes the snap, and it's another faker to the halfback. And he leaps forward before attacked by Joe Edwards.
Looked to be about a 3-yard gain there for the Hornets, but they're still going to have a 3rd and long here with a 3rd and 9. I expect them to pass here. Clayton, would you agree with that assessment?
Yes, 3rd and 7. I say it's more than likely.
They have been able to get the run game going successfully. I don't believe we've been able to see them pass the ball very often. So it'll be interesting to see how their passing attack looks early on this one.
Love takes a snap, looks to his right, has to avoid the sack pressure, and now he's hunted down.
There was just nowhere to go. A valiant effort from Love to shed a couple tacklers, but he can't shed the entire Trojan defense as he was swarmed at the line.
Dunked by Edwards and company, and that's going to result in 4th down. They're going to punt it away.
Keen Shirelli back deep for the Trojans to receive the punt.
Just got the punt off, took him a little bit, and plopped out of bounds near the 36-yard line of the Trojans.
So Trojan offense, I'm excited to see this drive, see if they continue with their Wildcat shenanigans, or if they transition into using a more orthodox approach with a traditional quarterback. As Canopius is in quarterback, number 7 on your screen, as he is in the shotgun, lined up to take a snap.
Canopius hands it off to James Lumpkin.
That play goes nowhere. It looks like he's going to be stopped for no gain. So 2nd and 10 up coming for the Trojan offense.
No gain on the play, so we'll do it again. 2nd down and 10. We're approaching the 5.5-minute marker in the first quarter here. Trojans have the lead. Lumpkin in motion. Give it to him on the sweep. Lumpkin cutting and eventually taken to the turf near the 50, maybe the 49-yard line.
That's the main skill I see these Trojan running backs have, that a lot of teams running backs just don't possess, is the ability to take that one step to turn it upfield and hit the 2nd gear. As soon as he turns that ball upfield after running to the outside, he's in that 2nd gear and ready to head ready to barrel right into the end zone unless he's stopped. Which there was sufficient strength on the other end to stop him there, but not before he picked up the 1st down.
Follow the tight end in motion. Instead, they're going to toss it to a receiver on the edge of the field. And a pushback tackle, but forward progress gets him into Hornet territory.
I really like what I'm seeing from the Trojans here with Canopius getting the screen pass, getting the passing game going early. That was the main criticism I'd levied the previous game, is the Trojans' over-reliance on the run when Canopius came in. So it's nice to see them try to get the passing game early and try to get him involved. And it was very successful there. So we'll see if they go back to it.
Cruz and Vala in motion. Lumpkin is the back. Give it to him. 1 yard to go. I don't think he got there.
No, he didn't, as that's going to be no gain or a loss of 1. Regardless, Trojans did not pick up the 1st down. It's going to be 3rd down for him.
3rd and 2, Jake. I mean, are we in agreement? Maybe go back to the run?
Yes, I am in agreement with you, and I think it's going to be a straight run up the gut. Nothing fancy, no kind of end around or anything. Just a straight handoff to Lumpkin from the pistol. And just have him try to run straight through the hole the offensive linemen create. Although it looks like they're shifting over to the side, maybe a power out sort of thing. And that's exactly what we're seeing right here.
Lumpkin, 1st down. Lumpkin. Tackled at about the 35. First down, Trojans. I'm sure we're going to hear it from our super fan in a minute.
So Trojans once more are deep into Hornet territory, deep into the Hornets' nest, if you will, as their run game has been absolutely spectacular so far. They haven't gotten this type big chunk plays that the sophomore team got, but the slow, methodical 4-yard runs-ish on every play have been enough.
This is for Muga going almost nowhere. Maybe a yard on the play. You're just joining us. Trojans lead this ball game so far. We're past the 3-minute marker in the first quarter now. Canopiates, another give to Firmuga. Firmuga trying to break free, but still makes good use and brings the football to the 20-yard line.
It looks like he was going to be able to break that one for a score there, but number 30 for the Hornets. Number 30 for the Hornets was able to hold on to his ankle and bring him down.
Ball is in motion. They look his way, but instead they elect for a wide receiver. Charlie Cruz takes the ball to the 10. First down, Trojans.
Now, obviously, we saw the Trojan offense completely off balance once they lost Lansu in the previous game. But I think that week to game plan for not having him really did them a bunch of good, as they have been able to move the ball very successfully without Lansu in this one. It looks like Gorio's lined up as the running back here.
From the pistol, give it to Gregorio. Jake Gregorio's at about the 3-yard line. This is red zone here for the Trojans, looking to tack on the lead in the closing minute of the quarter.
Second down, go. 43.
Canopiates on second down and goal. Give it to Gregorio on the right side. Gregorio cutting into the end zone.
Yes, as the
For a
referee
touchdown.
will rule it a touchdown. So Trojans breaking into the end zone for the second time in this one and take a 2-score lead over the Hornets, as the offense has been able to move the ball very successfully. The Trojans have successfully overcome the Lansu injury. And they're, like I said, the offense is absolutely chugging right now. It's been very hard for the Hornets to stop them on any one play. And if you stop them on one play, they'll pick up 10 on another one. Relentless offense from the Trojans.
Another touchdown for Gregorio. And another PAT for Colinzis.
So 13-0 for the Trojans. As the Trojans now have a 2-score lead over the Hornets. The Hornets are going to look to respond with their first score of the game, preferably in their case for a touchdown. They have been able to move the ball a little bit, but not only for a couple first downs and not any significant chunk of yardage.
About 1:08 left in the first quarter. Hornets still with no points yet, but
This game really has been moving early on this one. Both teams have run the ball a lot, and that drains the clock fast.
we should do a poll, Jay, because I'm telling you, from the press box here, or from the broadcast booth, the Hornets uniforms, they look like the Saints uniforms to me. Like they're all white ones with the black helmet.
I think it's
They
just
did that kind of combo.
I think it's just the color schemes are similar. There's only so many ways you can make a black, yellow, and white football uniform. You're going to call it out for copying somebody. Just that the Trojans have such a unique color scheme, it's hard for them to be accused of copying anybody.
Saints are gold, though, I guess. Ferrer makes a return close to the 30-yard line, and that's where the offense will have another offensive drive. Trying to put points on the board. Last drive wasn't too bad, though. I mean, I wouldn't say, right, Jake?
No, last drive was perfectly fine. They were able to show off a little bit of what their offense is all about, but not really have any major successful plays. But Langston Love has definitely impressed as the quarterback, as he has been able to make some great decisions while under pressure.
There are some teams that come in here to Carson's Field and we start seeing some turnovers. Then the penalties start filling up, but
Sometimes we know the result of the game from the jump. This is not one of those times. Hinsdale South looks as strong as any team has started against the Trojans.
it's another run for the quarterback, Langston Love.
Love with the keeper.
And on first down, he brings it 4 yards.
Just under 40 seconds left here in the first quarter.
I did. But there was, so LT's up 10-0.
Love hands it up the middle to Cobb, but denied by the Trojan defense. Bottled up all around.
We'd like to update you on another conference game that is going on right now, as York and LT are playing each other, and Lyons Township is currently up 10-0 over the Dukes. A game that will surely have a lot of ramifications for who gets into the conference championship.
Are you eavesdropping our PA announcer, Jake?
Absolutely. Didn't have to call me out like that. I could have looked smart, Clayton. Well, regardless, that's the end of the first quarter, as we will be right back after this.
We're back. Timeout was taken. Trojans lead the ball game so far as we enter the second quarter.
13-0 is the score for the Trojans, as the Hornets are lining up for a 3rd and 8 here, looking to convert and keep the drive alive.
Oh, yeah. No, they just had the first one wrong.
Little delay here.
That's play resumes. Who has the ball? Hinsdale South. Going that way. Third down and 8 for the Hornets from their own 30.
I suppose in this silence, Jake, I could ask you, do you think that they'll go run or pass here?
I say you go with the pass. With the defense as good as the Trojans, you can't rely on picking up 8 yards on the ground very consistently. If you want to pick up 8 yards, your best shot is through the air.
Love could also use his legs. We've seen that plenty tonight.
Absolutely. He's been very good on his feet. As
Tries to escape the pressure.
he
he's
attempted
sacked.
to scramble, but there was just too many Trojans in front of him, too many black jerseys, as there was a jailbreak in the offensive line. That's something they'll need to address on their next drive, Clayton.
For sure. For sure.
So the Hornets punt team is out on the field, as Caden Shirelli is back to return for the Trojans.
And Aiden Lapat is going to sail this ball in the direction of Shirelli, who does signal for a fair catch at about the 48.
So Trojans start this drive on the Hornet side of the field as they start the drive with great field position, which has really been the MO of the Trojans on both the sophomore and the varsity teams, is that their offense is being put into good positions to succeed by their defense and their special teams. So when your offense is set up to succeed, it really takes the pressure off of your offense to score points.
Back out on the field is Canopiates and the rest of the Trojan offense. Sends Lumpkin in motion. Fake it to Lumpkin. Canopiates on the run. Manages to not stay in bounds, but takes this ball past the 40-yard line, close to a first down.
And it is a first down. Looks like Canopiates is just able to get the chains moving there. I thought he was going to come up just short, but apparently it's a first down for the Trojans, so strong start to the drive. As they had the ball on, looks to be about 38-yard line.
Must have forgot my glasses.
There's a generous spot there
Yeah.
for the Trojans.
Four-man rush, but play blown dead.
False start on the Trojans. That's going to push them back 5 yards. So they're going to have the ball on the 43. It's going to be 1st and 15 for the Trojans. 10:37 to go here in the second quarter. As it's 13-0 for the Trojans, they're going to look to stack onto that lead.
It's in the hands of the offense again, and like the sophomore team and like the varsity team in the past, winding up with tremendous territory to start their drives.
Good run
James
from
Lumpkin moves the field position even further.
Yes, a good run from Lumpkin to give him about 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 8.
Lumpkin, the main back tonight, not the usual, but of course the first drive wasn't the usual either, but
No, absolutely not. But the combo of Shirelli, Gregorio, and Lumpkin, all different backs who are equally good with different skill sets, can really keep a defense guessing whether you're going to get power, speed, or a mix of both.
Canopiates on a give to Fiermuga. Takes the football past the 35, about the 34. So it's another third down here. Trojans usually successful on the conversions.
Yeah, they have been. Third down efficiency is very key for a football team. The Trojans have been up to the task so far, getting a lot of success on third down, usually on the ground. And I don't see that changing here. I expect them to run it, but I wouldn't be shocked with a pass. 3rd and 5 is a little long to get the run typically.
Thulin, the man in motion. Canopiates rolls right, and it's completed to Thulin, who takes the ball past the 25.
Perfectly run drag route there for Thulin as he's able to get underneath the defense. And the dump off to him is able to get a bunch of yards for a first down, as our fan so helpfully reminds us.
Another Trojan first down. Now the chain's moving.
Trojans are
Deep
just
into the
outside the red zone,
territory of the red zone, right?
looking to tack on to their 13-point lead.
Fiermuga in the backfield again. They send Val in motion, and they run another play, motion play to the right. Good for a few, maybe 3.
Second and short incoming for the Trojans.
Second for Trojans.
So, Jake, would you run it here more to just pick up more first downs or take a shot to the end zone and through the air?
I'd run it here. It's been working a lot. I would not like to throw an interception. I don't feel confident in taking a deep shot in this scenario when the run is working so well.
Up the middle for Fiermuga. He's battered down after a carry for about 4 yards. Might be good for a first, Jake.
And it is good for a first down as the chains are moving. As it's going to be first and goal for the Trojans.
Swapping out players and continuing the drive are the Trojans. If you're just joining us, we're at the 8-minute marker in the second quarter. Trojans lead this one 13-0. Back to the first drive. Direct snap to Gregorio. Takes it for maybe a yard or two.
I was just about to mention, it was strange that we hadn't seen the Wildcat again yet. After it being so effective on the first drive, you'd think they'd use it as a tool to mix in to throw the defense off.
It's so obvious when they're doing it, though.
Yeah, it is. But it's a different look that I don't think any defense is used to seeing the Wildcat all too often. So if the team as talented as the Trojans can catch people off guard even if they know it's coming.
Gregorio bobbles the football a little bit, but manages to get it back to at least the line of scrimmage. That bobble might have cost him.
Yeah, the extra second from the poor snap let the defense get to him and shed the blockers before he could get past the blockers.
Gregorio ready to take another direct snap. It goes to him. But now he's going to throw, and he's got a touchdown. Passing touchdown to Charlie Cruz from Jake Gregorio. Wow, that's wild.
That only worked because they've run the Wildcats so effectively on the ground over the course of this one. As the constant runs lull the defense into a false sense of security, thinking that Gregorio's incapable of throwing, that he's just a running back. In fact, I was lulled into the same false sense of security as I thought they were going to try to punch it in.
I mean, I pretty much thought that too, but I got to tell you, Jake, tonight I saw him in practice before the game, and he was throwing lasers in practice.
There's not many running backs in the IHSA that can throw touchdown passes. So it's not a look you're used to seeing as the Wildcat pass. I don't think I've seen it on this field before.
Kalinzis puts another extra point through, and the Trojans have a 20-0 lead now. .6:47 left on the clock before the half.
I know. Wait, so what do we need to have happen?
When you get to about 20 points, Jake, you feel like the opposite team needs to start scoring points, especially if they're at 0.
Well, there's never a bad time to start scoring points.
I mean,
but there's
on this next drive
there's
immediately.
definitely a bad time to not be scoring points, and it's right now. You're down 20. You're still in the first half. You have a ton of time to come back, but you need to start putting some degree of pressure, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, onto this Trojan team.
Kalinzis smacks the football with his foot from the 40. Number 2 taking it from the 10 to the 24. That's Daxton Michaels. And Edwards, the cornerback, there for the tackle. Another offensive drive for the Hornets. No points on the board for them just yet.
No points, but they've shown a lot of promise on offense. I can definitely see a world where this is a touchdown drive right now.
Love fakes it to Cobb and then overthrows Ferrer. Not an interception.
Well, if Love consistently makes throws like that one, there isn't a world where this will be a touchdown drive. He needs to hit those wide open receivers on the short routes and not let the ball get picked off.
Touched the turf before it touched Kist.
Just barely, but that's the kind of mistake you can't allow to happen again because it might not next time.
Sophomore quarterback for the Hornets, throwing a little wild, but
overall, the sophomore quarterback for the Hornets was definitely impressive.
Oh yeah, for sure.
On short route accuracy, it'll be a good future for Hinsdale South. But in the present, a timeout is called, and we will be right back.
We're back after the timeout. Cowbell's really loud for this play. Second and 10. Hornets from the 23. Pitch out to Cobb. Did he lose the football?
So
Looks like he didn't.
massive level of grit there to hold on to the football as that play was absolutely blown up with a massive hit. It's going to be taken down the backfield for a loss of yardage, but it could have been way worse for the Hornets. 3rd and 15 upcoming for the Hornets. They're going to have to get a big chunk play here to get a first down. I'd imagine a pass is on the way, Quaid.
Love rolls left immediately. He's looking for a receiver. He's going to toss it to number 12, Isaiah Burton. Not good for 15, but some. And now they might switch out for the punting unit on 4th.
And it appears that is exactly what is happening as the punt team is coming out for the Hornets. As the 4th down distance is deemed too much. Shirelli back to receive as always for the Trojans. And the kick is incoming from the Hornets.
LaPat's kick up. Sailing. Plops at the 49 and out of bounds.
I've been very impressed with LaPat's punting thus far. He's been able to kick it very high in the air, which is something that a lot of punters at this level have not been able to do. And Shirelli has not been able to return a single one of his punts.
Five and 3/4 minutes left in the first half of action.
Trojan offense takes the field once again. Looking to add to their 20-point lead is 20-0 in favor of the Trojans currently.
Lumpkin the back from the pistol. Hand off to Lumpkin up the middle. And the white shirts devour him behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, obviously, the Trojan passing attack has been far from impressive, but it's doing exactly what the sophomore team has been doing, which is passing just enough to keep the defense honest. Even with your running backs, like Gregorio throwing a passing touchdown, but even Kanapiat's throwing the drag route to Thulin to get 10 yards, throwing some flats and some screens. The defense can't completely sell out on the run because you had the option to pass the ball and get a bunch of yardage. So it keeps the offense from being one-dimensional, which is the problem with the offense against Lions Township.
Kanapiat's on a keeper. Kanapiat's. Nice run by Kanapiat's. Fake to the halfback, and it's good for a first down.
That appeared to be some sort of read option on that play, or potentially just a design QB run. Either way, an outstanding job from Kanapiat's if it was a read option to make the read. But even if it wasn't, to carry the ball and pick up some great yardage with his legs.
Had another option type play from the sophomore Hornets. The Miller brothers, we're assuming they're brothers. Kanapiat's. He's going to go deep, right side of the sideline on the seam. Caught. And that's 6. Edwards for a touchdown.
That one was put right in there for him. A great throw from Kanapiat's over the top. As Edwards is able to haul that one in to extend the Trojan lead. As Kanapiat's has really been impressing as a Trojan quarterback, doing everything he's been asked to do thus far. I don't think he's made a single incomplete pass. The Trojans haven't passed much, but when they have, it's been very successful and effective.
Tavares Edwards momentarily puts the Trojans up 26-0.
Likely 27-0 pending the PAT, but Clintus did miss one earlier in the game.
Strong low kick by Kalinzis, but it's a good PAT.
So 27-0 for the Trojans, as even without Owen Landshut, they have not missed a beat, as the Trojan offense has impressed thus far. So if you're the Hornets, now is the time where it's getting. I'm not sure it's there yet, but if not, it's getting really close to must-score territory. This game is slipping out of hand very quickly.
Too far away for comfort.
Exactly.
Kalinzis going to kick it back to the Hornets once more.
Back team for the Hornets, number 23, Rare. Number 2 is that Michaels.
Some faint cowbell noises that are ramping up a little bit. Ferrer takes this from the 5. Ferrer looking for a hole, cut down near the 20.
Looked like he was going to have a lane there, but that was a great job by the Trojan defender. I can't see a number. It looks like it might have been Edwards.
Tavares Edwards?
Appears that way, yes. Looked like it was either 6 or 8. Both are Edwards, but upon closer inspection, it was number 6, Tavares Edwards, making the tackle.
Got 18 others I can choose from too. So now, there you go.
Langston Love back under center. Actually from the gun. Love, quick pass, knocked down. Edwards lifts the jersey up and says no.
Tavares Edwards has really been all over the place in this game, scoring touchdowns on offense, shutting the opponents down on defense and special teams. Hornets have showed promise in the first couple drives, but it seems like they're getting less and less yardage each and every drive, as the Trojan defense has maybe adjusted to their game a bit.
To be a 4-man rush. Langston Love's going to roll to his right. Completion to number 4. Grant Diedrich. But only good for maybe a couple of yards. Now you got 3rd down.
Yeah, it looked like about 2 yards there. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 9. So you have to pass here to get the first down. And I don't think those little flat passes are going to work with the way the Trojan defense has been getting to the ball. So I think you're going to have to throw it decent distance here to the first down marker.
I say try it. Try throwing deep. I mean,
how deep?
It's not that much. Well, like to the 50 and more.
Interesting. I think like some sort of crossing route over the middle potentially. Just anything to get past the first down marker. Keep the drive alive.
Everybody lined up on the left looking for a receiver. Is that a fumble? Picked up by Gregorio. And is he in for a touchdown?
He absolutely is in for a touchdown. Scoop and score by Jake Gregorio. So the Trojans are going up. Another touchdown.
Scoop and score. Just handed to Gregorio.
That's just a situation of the player being in the right place at the right time. As the quarterback, I think, just sort of dropped the ball on that one.
Literally looked like he vomited the ball while close to the turf. Just trying to make an analogy, but
look, Lintzis is in to kick the PAT once more. As it is
nails it
good once again. So 34-0 for the Trojans. A commanding lead taken here, as Hinsdale South has 0 answers for the Trojan onslaught. Offensively, defensively, special teams, it's been all Trojans all day.
I wonder if anybody said that about Washington in the NFL. Probably not, because they've never had a commanding lead.
That's a good one. I'll give you that one. That was a good one.
34-0 Trojans. That scoreboard wows me now all of a sudden. I don't know why. 34-0, but definitely not over yet.
No, we're still in the first half in this one, as I had mentioned how the clock was flying by in the first quarter. It is ground to somewhat of a halt in the second quarter, still moving ahead steady. We're 3 minutes and 24 left in the first half, as the Hornets are getting kicked the ball for what seems like the umpteenth time.
Hornets, the sophomore Hornets, only had 3 kickoffs the entire game. Plenty of punts, though. Michaels from the 5. And the tackle pushes him back a ton, but they might give him a forward progress on that play, Jake.
I'm not quite sure, but Ethan Kiss did a fantastic job of wrapping up the receiver and making sure he couldn't go anywhere. The only way he was going was backwards. There's a flag on the field, which makes it even worse for the Hornets, as they're going to be pushed back due to a holding penalty. So not the best start to the drive the Hornets are trying to get back into this game with, as this is far from ideal, obviously, for Hinsdale South. The
3
best,
minutes. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
the
Sorry.
best part of the sophomore game was the lack of penalties on both sides. Both teams stayed disciplined and didn't really commit very many penalties. That's been more or less the case in this one, too. There's been a couple, but nothing crazy like the last couple games.
Quick handoff from Love. Cobb still fighting, not taken to the turf, and now he is.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide for the Hornets. Running back there as he is stopped for no gain.
Still a strong effort from Apollo Cobb Jr.
Absolutely. That was great fight shown to get -1 yards on that play. It looked like he was going to be stopped for way less.
We're sorry, Apollo. Approaching the 2.5-minute marker in the first half. Hornets deep in their own territory, but they're hoping for some points before the half.
It's something that their sophomore counterparts were able to do. They had a massive drive to put points on the board before halftime. There's another flag on the field. And I fear I have jinxed the lack of flags.
They'll come back from it.
False start on the Hornets. They're pushed even further back, as
Not what you need right now, huh?
this
Jake?
becomes second and very bad. 2nd and 16 upcoming for the Hornets. The goal has turned from getting a first down to not getting a safety.
Time winding, though. Another handoff to the left side. This is Cobb. Cuts it back in the inside. Not good enough for 14, but moves it along a little bit.
Yeah, good enough to get a significant chunky yardage that makes this definitely a possible third down to be converted. So they were down out on that drive, and they no longer are that, as the Hornets have a chance to get this one back going. Regardless, there's a timeout on the field. This one from the Trojans.
We'll be back. We're back. About 2 minutes left in the first half. Hornets looking to just move the offense along. Love. Pump fake right now. He's going to run. Love. goes backwards. Maybe he should have just kept going forwards.
Yeah, if it looked like he kept going forwards, he had a big hit in his future, but also a first down, it appeared. Yeah, that's going to be just short of the first down marker. It'll be interesting to see what the Hornets go with here on 4th and 1 within their own 20. Obviously, if you don't convert this, it's almost a guaranteed touchdown for the Trojans.
And probably no points for you this
Yeah.
half, probably. But
So they end up bringing the punt team onto the field. Backed up near zone end zone.
this is what you would do, Jake?
Absolutely. Unless I'm playing Madden, this is exactly the right thing to do.
Even the championship series of Madden really doesn't call for a fair catch. But all that guarantees him is a big hug by the special teams defender on Hinsdale South.
So the Trojans have a minute 48 to work with to try to put some more points on the board and extend this 34-0 lead.
Quinn Yurkovich, quite a big dude out there.
Yeah, he is. Shirley had nowhere to go once he got his hands on him.
Permuga is going to be the back here on 1st down and 10. Fake it to Permuga. Trouble going on in the pocket, and it's going to result in a sack on Kanapiat.
I believe Permuga thought it was a fake, and Kanapiat thought it was a handoff. Regardless, someone wasn't doing what they were supposed to. Not sure who it was, but it's going to be a loss of yards for the Trojans. So not the way you want to start your 2-minute drill drive.
You could even say it was the O-line. They didn't do what they were supposed to do, if you want to be a little technical. But
No, it looks like it was just Permuga and Kanapiats just kind of staring at each other, waiting for one to run with it.
Right. Thulin, who's been quiet, in motion. Kanapiats out to the right. Has Edwards wide open. 1st down.
We have 1st down, and the clock says he got out of bounds in time as the clock stops as the chains move. I guess the clock started going again.
Trojans going fast. Probably want to tack on to a 34-0 lead before halftime. Kanapiats goes to the right, and he's got Edwards perfectly placed. A dot to Edwards and a touchdown.
I'm getting deja vu, Clayton. That's the exact same type of ball that Kanapiats threw previously to Edwards.
Pretty
for a
much so.
touchdown. The only difference there was Edwards was way more open than he was previously and easily came down with the touchdown grab. It's 40-0 in favor of the Trojans, and we have not reached halftime yet. This one is getting out of hand. 41 seconds to go for the Hornets to try to tack on their first points of the game.
Kalinzis, it's up and good. Nails another PAT, and it's 41-0 Trojans. My goodness.
Yeah.
And 41 seconds left to go.
Do you think the Hornets try to put some points on the board or try to run the clock out?
You never know. I'm always going to say that, but I think they're going to run the clock out.
Yeah, I think it depends on how good this return is. But if they don't reach at least like the 45-yard line, they're going to run out the clock. I hope they try to score some points because that would be interesting. And it has a chance of putting them back into this one with a touchdown. But I see the most reasonable result in the expected one is for the clock to be run out with a couple run plays.
Kalinzis is going to launch one more pigskin from the 40-yard line before the half. Up into the 10. That's where Ferrer takes it. Ferrer not even tackled to the ground yet, and we got flags.
Pereira on the return.
Well, you know the general rule is that a flag on a kickoff is often on the receiving team. We'll see if that holds true here.
Williams.
About 34 seconds and deep in their own territory is the Hornets offense.
Holding call against the Hornets on the return.
Likely to kneel it out.
Kneel it out, run it out. Same thing. They're not going to pass the ball and not going to try to score.
I have no idea if there's any homecoming stuff at all. Yeah, we did the homecoming stuff before, so I was not told anything about homecoming stuff. So there is that. So I made up. I would just say, please leave the horn on.
We want to thank everyone for joining us for this homecoming football game for the Trojans. There's
And our-
another flag on the field.
False start called against the Hornets.
So that's going to take them back to their own 5-yard line after the false start.
Probably the most meaningful penalty this whole game. Not. From the gun, it's Love on a handoff. Cobb.
It looked like he might have had room to run, but it closed very quickly as he stopped for just about no gain. So 2nd and 15, as I don't expect the Hornets to run another play.
No, not yet. We might call a timeout or something. Go ahead, you can turn it on, George.
And looks like this will take us to the half. Trojans lead it 41-0. Hornets don't score before the half, but we got a couple more quarters for you. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you then. Hi, we welcome you before the start of the third quarter. We're welcome you inside the broadcast booth. We know you don't see us too often, but look who we have in the house. We have Theo Corey back
Yep.
with us.
Yeah, an absolute Trojan legend, the former voice of Downers Grove North, Theo Corey. Theo, what have you seen so far in this first half?
I think in the first half, it's mostly been DGN domination. Even though they don't have their solid quarterback going Lansu, I think Knopfus has been doing very well, been throwing dimes, They've- and a good healthy of running as well. I gotta say, the Jake Gregorio scoop and skull in the second
That was wild.
was wild, yeah.
Yes, Gregorio certainly been one of the dominant forces for the Trojans on both sides of the football. Do you expect that to continue?
Yeah, of course, they're up 41, North's up 41-0. You're going to have to tone it down a little bit for the second half. But I think it's been a pretty good game so far for DGN. And first time at the newly revamped Carson's Field. Looking a lot better.
Yeah, what do you think of all the changes?
I like the Jumbotron. I like the black, the black and purple racetrack. And I know I kind of miss the Northwestern sign, the Northwestern N. I guess we're now USC.
Got the old scoreboard demolished somewhere
Yeah,
back there.
sad.
But
That's kind of sad.
But we've replaced it with a beautiful new Jumbotron.
Yeah, Jumbotron. I think DGN has one. Yoke just got one in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Hinsdale Central, of course, has one.
Well, Theo will be sticking with us for a little while as we start to call the opening of the third quarter. It's 41-0 for the Trojans opening up this second half.
We'll see DGN kicking it off. Start the second.
And now, Clayton, we do have our first half stats from the first half of this one.
I know, after last game, we didn't have it. Now we do. What's up with it, Jake?
So the Trojans have actually had a pretty balanced attack as they've had 122 yards passing and 153 rushing. I expected it to be more lean towards the rushing side of things. Meanwhile, Hinsdale South, has 30 yards of total offense split evenly between pass and rush.
Yeah, DGN plays Hinsdale South this week, and then they travel to Central next week. So I guess they're doing a little bit of a tour of Hinsdale, which, funny enough, Hinsdale has like a Tour de France type of thing where you bike through Hinsdale.
We'll get the bucket game back here next year.
Yep.
As the receiver's going to be taken down around the 24-yard line, as Hinsdale South is going to start their drive from there. As they're going to look to put their first points on the board of this one. As they are down 41-0. Obviously not been the performance they've been hoping for. But what do you think they can do, Theo, to put some points on the board and get back in?
I think they should, try to run the ball a little bit more, maybe throw it a little bit. I know the defense should be more intact than last week, but we'll see what happens. 1st and 10. Love is going to run it. Love trying to find an opening. He can't.
As he's taken down for what looks to be about a 1 to 2 yard gain. It's going to be second and 7, it appears.
I already love it. Did you guys do any games together, or was that just me and Theo?
No,
we did. We were the main commentary crew for the sophomore games
sophomore games. I think
2 years back.
2 years back. And were you there for basketball?
Yeah, I was there for basketball.
Yeah. I like calling the regional games. Those were some of my favorite games to call.
Yeah, the Purple Palace gets very loud with all the fans packed into the small purple gym.
Now 2nd down. Love throwing it. Caught. And 3rd and short.
3rd and 3, it appears. He's forced out around 32-yard line. As Hinsdale South has come out with a pretty balanced attack between the pass and the rush. But they are at a 3rd down here. Hoping to convert here and keep the drive alive.
We'll see what happens here. I'm thinking they'll maybe going to run it. I know running it is not very advised because the Trojan run defense is very good. It's 3rd and 3.
Looks like they're stacking the offensive line for a rush, and that's exactly what they do.
Oh, they fake it. And it's a 1st down at the 45.
The chains are a-moving for Hinsdale South, so they get a 1st down as they have some momentum for the first time in a long time.
Yardage good for a first down. First and 10 Hornets from their own 44.
At the 44-yard line. First and 10.
9 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Love fakes the. Oh, what a dart. First down into DGN territory.
Big 15-yard pickup there for the Hinsdale South Hornets as they are reaching North territory for Clayton. I believe the first time in this one.
Oh, yeah. Don't mind if I do, but yeah. Deep into, well, now, sort of into Trojans territory.
Give the ball on the Trojans 42, hoping to pick up their first points of the game, be it field goal or touchdown, anything to give them some semblance of hope.
And I gotta say, I forgot this in the halftime interview, but I do like that we actually have clocks, like playing clocks now.
Yes, it's very nice so we can see if there's going to be a delay of game. But there's no delay of game on this play, just a big run up the middle.
Ball carrier. Tackle by number 13, Gary.
So, Theo, what has Hinsdale South really done on this drive to make it different from their previous drives and have more success?
Better running game, I think, as we are seeing.
Absolutely.
Running backs are really starting to find the holes.
Offensive line is really opening up those holes, too. It's an all-around better play from the Hornets.
Yeah. First and 10 now, Love. Looking for someone open. Oh, and the jump pass. Touchdown, Hornets.
Ball thrown deep to the end zone, caught for a touchdown as the Hornets are on the board for the first time this one off the touchdown pass from Langston Love. Is going to be 41-6 in favor of the Trojans, 41-7 pending the extra point.
And as we look at the first half stats, I think there's a lot more than 15 rushing yards for Hinsdale South.
Yes, they've really built upon. They didn't have very much success the first half rushing, mainly with their quarterback. But any success they did have, they really built on and progressed so far.
And the extra point is good. 41-7. And a little update. Lyons Township up 17-7. 9:48 left on the fourth. If Lyons Township wins, they win the conference. If York can come back, DGN can get a share of the conference in week 9.
Was that kick good? Was the kick good?
So how would you say it's been calling games this season? Has it been very good?
It's been a lot of fun, especially with the Trojans having as much success as they've had. We've been witness to a lot of great offensive and defensive performances from the Trojans, but even the couple close games they've had have been nerve-wracking, nerve-biting to the end. So,
yeah, it's been a fun season here at Carson's Field. We hope to do some playoff games if we can.
Well, I know it's looking like Norfolk's going to host a first-round game. Check the playoff picture this morning. Looked like DGN went back from 8A to 7A. As if the season ended before this game, they would be playing against Collinsville. I think that's a Southern Illinois team.
Was that one of their weaknesses, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, Southern Illinois teams.
Yeah.
Except normal in football. But looking like Cruz has gone in at the 30. Cruz up to the 40. Down at the 43.
Trojan defense takes the field.
Offense.
The Trojan offense takes the field once more as they've had a lot of success between the running game, mixing in the passing game, and running the Wildcat and some additional trickery. They've been able to get into the end zone several times. Do you expect to see it again, or do you expect the Hornets defense to take notes from the offense and shore up after the half?
Again, it's the third quarter, second half. DGN's probably going to run it down a little bit for some sportsmanship. Or maybe they do it again to get the running clock back. As they're probably going to continue to do some Wildcat, it looks like. It's 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Okay. First and 10. Brown. Brown's still up at the 50.
As James Lumpkin, the running
Oh,
back,
Lumpkin.
with a 5-yard gain up the middle. Sorry, around the edge.
Yeah.
As it's going to be second and 3. I guess it was a 7-yard gain.
I thought I can do it without, the rosters.
Well, you're only human.
Yeah.
The rosters have changed quite a bit. No more Noah Battle.
Yeah, no more Noah Battle.
Yeah, I was honestly very concerned coming into the season with the Trojan rushing game, given that Noah Battle, their star running back from the previous season, is gone. But their rotating cast of elite running backs have really picked up the slack.
Oh, high snap. Jeski gets tackled down.
It might have been dangerous, guys. I just want to say, but he had a receiver open, and I didn't think he had a lane to go, so I think he should have just thrown it.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done
Well, even then,
instead of run.
it's better to not take the risk this late into the game sometimes. But there's an injury on the field, so we will be right back.
What are you guys doing?
And we're back. 3rd and 11 from the Trojans' own 42.
Yeah, it's a 3rd and long here. They didn't really have very much success on their first couple plays. They're going to look to turn that around, get a first down, keep the drive going.
Here it is, I believe, DGN once again in Wildcat. Here's the snap.
Jeski runs out on bootleg,
Oh,
throws the ball, misses the receiver. It's going to be 4th down for the Trojans. Jeski coming into the game cold, it appears.
yeah. He hasn't really, played a quarterback. So that's kind of expected, But it's better to do it when you're up 41-6 than in a crucial game.
It's always helpful to get the young guys some reps. So the
Yeah.
Trojan punting team is on the field, an unfamiliar sight here at Carson's Field.
I believe that's the first punt of the game.
You would be correct in that assumption. Yeah. Oh. Play is blown dead due to delay of game, so the Trojans are going to be pushed back 5 yards. I imagine they will still continue to punt. About 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter of this one. 41-7 is the score in favor of the Trojans.
And we got another update in Elmhurst. Not a good one if you're a Trojans fan. Another touchdown for Lions, 23-7, late fourth quarter.
The punt is away. Fair catch is called as Hinsdale South is going to have the ball around their own 30.
Fair catch was by Daxton Michaels. Yeah, it's 24-7 now. 24-7. Yeah.
Clock continuing to run. We are about to cross the 2-minute mark in the third quarter.
And don't worry. Oh, you can speak.
If Hinsdale South doesn't start getting some more points on the board, it's going to look like they're just going to be playing for reps. Trojans might have this one locked up pretty soon.
Well, we see Love Buns, and I believe that was number 2. Yep, Brett Tortino loses some yards there. 2nd and 12. Well, even though DGN at this moment probably won't get a share of the conference title, it would be Lions' first outright title since the 80s, I believe.
And they've earned it. They were a great football team this year.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a heartbreaking loss for the Trojans against them due to the injury. But still, a hard-fought win for Lions.
As DGN once again stops the Russian attack. It's going to be third and very long.
Yeah, say third and what appears to be 13 incoming for the Hornets, as they're going to have a long ways to go if they want to pick this one up.
I guess this would be like third and Juju Osco across the street.
Absolutely, as this one is a long ways away.
And I guess DGN's punt would have been 4th and Legion Field. You know. Oh, Legion. Ooh. Okay, third. They're going to run it.
Looks like they're going to be close, but not quite there. As they're going to come up about a yard or two short. It's going to be 4th down. Fourth and 2, as that looks like it's going to run out the third quarter. Well, we appreciate you joining us up in the booth, Theo. It's always great to have you back.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Oh, what a pleasure, Theo.
Yeah.
We're glad we could get you on the camera too.
Yeah.
Welcome. Yeah. Back in the booth. Here we are.
Hold on. Hello?
Mr. Wade, are you getting a picture of this?
Yeah. Post it on Facebook or something.
Yeah, so we appreciate Theo joining us. Once again, we appreciate Theo joining us. Legendary commentator for the Downers Grove North Trojans. He's now going to college at COD.
And
always great to see you again, Theo.
Hopefully I'll be in North Central next year. Maybe I'll be calling the Powerhouse D3 football team.
Well, it'd be nice to watch that.
Yeah. Well,
where can I find that at? On YouTube, maybe?
No, it's on iHeartRadio, WONC.
Ah.
Another radio station like WDGC.
It's amazing how similar they sound.
Yeah. And
coincidence?
Well, it's because every that's a radio station in this area has to start with W, so it is not a coincidence.
Not a coincidence.
It is the law.
No, but the rest of the letters.
Yeah.
We got fourth quarter here, and Theo, why don't you take some of it?
Yeah, sure, why not? Fourth down.
New quarterback, guys.
Hornets going for it. Jackson Schullo
stopped well behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be Trojan football.
Trojan, yeah.
The clock continues to run at this point. The outcome is very little in doubt, as we could not keep up that charade any longer.
Yeah.
As is 41-7 for the Trojans.
I don't know if you talked about this, but I do want to shout out all of the goes flag football teams out playing in the state finals tonight. Well, all the quarterfinal games were tonight. tomorrow is the semi and state finals. Shout out to them. Very historic first season of IHSA flag football. Maybe North and South will get soon. Well,
Potentially.
Geez, guys, I didn't even know about that.
yeah.
No, I didn't.
Roadbook's a powerhouse. 1st and 10 now at the 45. DGN in the shotgun. And it's a handoff. Oh, wow.
Just taken down aggressively just behind the line of scrimmage is going to be 2nd and, I guess, 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 13.
What a takedown.
Yes, a brutal tackle from the Hornets as Crawford goes down hard.
Oh, 2nd and 13 from the 42.
Trojans are going to have to run one more play right before we pass the 10-minute mark remaining.
I think they're probably going to take a timeout here. And that's
Or just take the delay of game.
Yep.
As they are pushed back 5 yards, going to be 2nd and 18.
2nd and 18 now at the VFW.
2nd and 18 for the Trojans. I'd imagine a handoff is on the way.
2nd and 18 now. And the snap. Oh, high. And they're not going to get much there.
High snap, and Jeschke tries to make something out of nothing, but he's unsuccessful as the broken play remains broken.
3rd and 15, I believe, at the 39. Oh, 3rd and 16.
Yes, 3rd and 16 from the 41-yard line on the Hornet side of the field.
As you see, I'm a little rusty.
You're doing fine. It's like
Yeah.
riding a bike.
It's like riding
Never
a,
forget.
Yeah, riding a bike.
Except me.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, some miscommunication. That's going to cost them. Swanson gets buried 4th down.
Well, that is certainly a play I've never seen before, is the snap being intercepted. It looked like Jeschke thought it was his snap, and it looked like the other player thought it was his snap as well. And neither could decide. One of them ran up the middle and got stopped.
Yeah, very interesting, guys. Intercepted snap by the same team, same teammate.
And I guess that wouldn't be an interception. That'd be like catch a pass.
Unintended?
Unintended snap. Yes,
Unintended snap
snap.
completion.
Yeah, unintended snap completion as the punt. Fail catch. And he'll get marked down at the 13.
At the 18-yard line, starting the Hornets drive,
18.
as they're going to try to put some more points on the board to take into the next game.
Checking in on Twitter for some other high school football updates. Oswego leads Manuka 42-3 at the end of the 3rd. And that's all the scores I could find.
It is starting to get late. Some games might be wrapping up at this point.
Are you still getting emails from DGN, Theo?
No, I'm not.
They're not bugging you with all the announcements like they are me.
Those announcements are valuable information, Clayton. We learn a lot of important things from those announcements. 6:45 left in this one.
Just a lot of them, though.
2nd and 10 for the Trojans.
6:40 and counting. And I guess in NBA preseason games, the Bulls and the Cavs are tied 130 as they start overtime. Preseason overtime as Oh, botch snap. Did the Trojans have it?
It looked like the Trojans did indeed fall on that one as we were waiting for the ref's confirmation.
It is Trojan football in the red zone. Oh, I guess it would now be called the black zone. I used to call it the purple zone sometimes.
Well, regardless, the Trojans have the ball in great position to score if they so choose.
They called the Oakland Coliseum when the Raiders played there the Black Hole.
Yeah, the black hole.
Wonder what they're going to do with the Coliseum. Was able to make it there this year for A's final season there.
I think DGN should buy it.
No, I think the Rays should buy it,
Ah.
honestly.
The Rays,
Yeah, now what's happened to Tropicana?
they're the same level of decrepit.
Right.
Okay,
I
first,
prefer the Coliseum.
1st and 10 now. Having some stadium talk.
Quarterback keeper there from Jeschke as he's going to get out of bounds for what appeared to be an 8 or 9 yard gain. I don't think he got the first down, and he indeed did not get the first down. So he actually went out of bounds way before I thought he did for a 5 yard gain, actually.
Found another football score update. Number 1 in the state in 7A, Mount Carmel of Chicago up 28-10 on Fenwick.
Oh,
If
those
Fen-
guys.
Yeah,
Yes.
If Fenwick loses, DGN will move up by 1 seed in 7A.
Trojan fans know personally how good Mount Carmel is if you went to the state championship game last year.
Botch snap and not really a botch. That was Troch, Thode, and Long.
Swanson, the ball carrier.
That was actually
4:25 remaining in this one.
looks like another injury timeout. We'll be back after this. Okay, 3rd and 8 on the 15, according to the scoreboard.
4:25 remaining in this one. Trojans have a 41-7 lead.
Countdown. Going to be almost full. Get to the 4 minute mark.
Guys, Alan Boucher might be in his wide receiver.
Ooh.
Downers Grove North legend Alan Boucher.
Bouche.
And a flag.
Delay of game. No, a false start on the Trojans. Is there going to be moved back?
What a meaningful penalty.
False start called against the Trojans.
Yes, that's kind of the luxury you have with a running clock. You can do almost anything you want.
Yeah, you could false start your entire way back across the field to end this game.
Let make it interesting. Throw it in whatever. at
3rd and
the
13.
Throw it in whatever at the Trojan 1 yard line. But that's like, oh, another one?
Well, they seem to be taking my strategy and running with it.
Oh, wow.
Running backwards with it, in fact.
Okay. Dead ball. Yep. False start on the Trojans.
False start called
Under 3 minutes to go now, as this clock is starting to fly.
I think they might actually do it. We might see them start at the 5 yard line. Is it going to happen again?
Well,
What a game to call, guys, huh?
what a game. Honestly, the Trojans had an insane offensive expression in the first half, and their defense is held firm for the most part in the second.
And Theo was eating nachos.
I was not eating nachos. Oh, got a lot of the penalty yardage back, but it won't be enough for a first down.
Yeah, Jeschke is able to get what appears to be at least 10 yards on that play, but still 4th and 8. Just about to pass 2 minutes remaining.
Well, what do you think, guys? You think work out the field goal crew here?
I think
More practice for
it looks like they're going for it.
Again, why not?
I don't see Kalinsis out there, so it appears they're going for it.
I mean, Kavinskis has done some QB work. Maybe he can throw it to himself for a touchdown? Sure, but 4th down.
Jeschke takes it himself outside. Can't get anywhere as he's taken down, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
So I know you haven't called a lot of exciting games this season, a lot of the home games.
Depends on what you deem exciting. Trojans have played fantastic
Yeah.
in most of them.
But what's been your favorite game to call this season?
Favorite game to call
We've
this
called
season?
about four games this season.
Probably a North-South game is always really
Yeah.
fun. The Crosstown Classic.
It's fun,
Which
but I don't know if that was my
it was
favorite.
it was a blowout victory for the Trojans, but it doesn't feel as bad when you're blowing out your rival.
Yeah. And I guess you would have loved to call the Yoke game or the game down in O'Fallon.
Yes, that would have been a lot of fun, but Trojans were able to take care of business in both of those.
As the rush. Not much happening there. 2nd down. As this game is about to be done, under 40 to go. As this might be the final play of the game. And Hinsdale South runs it again. They're going to get stuffed.
And I would imagine that's the last play of this one, guys.
It is. Trojans win 41-0.
41-7.
41-7. And they are 7-1.
Might as well have been.
They are 7-1 heading into the old Oaken Bucket game at Hinsdale Central.
Just a dominant showing from the Trojan varsity squad on all sides of the ball. Offense, defense, special teams, all played fantastic. A great day from Trojan football, sophomore and varsity alike, guys.
And I guess the play of the game would have to be, Konopowicz?
Gregorio would be my
Gregorio,
pick.
yeah.
He scored several touchdowns on the ground and also one on defense.
Gregorio, and did you saw the Tebow pass?
Yes,
Pass.
Yeah, that was
a
amazing.
passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and a defensive touchdown from Gregorio. There's no other choice for player of the game.
Yeah.
I think favorite non-player of the game, we got to give it to Theo.
Yep.
Yes, thank you, Theo,
One more
as
thank
always,
you, as always. Yeah.
for coming up in the booth and calling this one with us. It's been a great trip down memory lane.
Who knows? Maybe I'll sneak in for the playoffs.
Maybe. Well, from Carson's Field, that's it. So long from the Purple Palace.
See ya.